he had just gotten out of, he went to prison when he was 18, just got out, hooked on methamphetamine. And I was telling him about, I don't want someone to come over to this house, and I used the N-word, and he recorded me and sold it to the National Enquirer, and the National Enquirer then put it, worldwide.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
We have it.
I have the audio.
Yes.
I have the audio bite here. It was a rough time for you.
All right, please don't play it because I don't want to hear it.
You don't want to hear it?
No.
Okay, I'm going to respect that.
Thank you very much, brother.
I have the audio, but if you don't want to hear it...
No, I don't want to hear it.
I
don't even want to hear the word anymore.
Right.
I see, I'm not going to say who, but a lot of several different people saying it, even on Comedy Central and all that. It just is, it's really bad to me. It's a terrible thing. What I learned from it, it's like, freaks me out. I get mad. I get upset.
Now, let's go over some of the details. He recorded you on the cell phone.
Correct.
And he plug in a little tape recorder into the ear jack?
That's what I was thinking this morning, as a matter of fact.
Right.
What did he use, I think so. And then he baited me. This guy, I got into it with this guy at the National Enquirer. My first daughter born was killed when she was 20-some years old.
How?
She was in a car accident. The car flipped.
Sorry to hear
So I get a call from this guy, American Media Association. I don't know. It's the National Enquirer.
American Media owns National Enquirer, the Globe, all those things.
Yeah, they don't tell you who they are.
Right.
So I thought, what is this? He said it was a horrendous accident. So I told him, listen, it was the day she died. I said, don't put my daughter on your newspaper, or else, and said something to him. And he's like, do you know who I am? And of course, I thought back to Texas in the day.
Right.
And I said, you know who I am? And that started a huge war. So they started calling all my kids, all my enemies, all my friends, trying to get somebody to say something about me. Looking for stuff, right? Which I guess they're paid to do, and which I know they're paid to do. And my son was the weakest of the group and, sold the Mutiny on the Bounty. Sold us flat out.
And after the incident with the voicemail and the N-word, A&E dropped you for, 6 months?
A&E suspended the show for 6 months. The African-American community started writing letters. I went to school. Joined CORE. I went to a lot, kind of like a verbal rehab, and they all called A&E, said, we love Dog, put him back on.
You reached out to the community and said, listen, this
well,
was what
I had
happened.
to. I went back one fan at a time and said, hey, I'm very sorry. That word doesn't mean what it did to me, but now I see what it means. And I personally myself cannot use it again. And, I went out and said, I'm sorry. I did it. I'm sorry. And I also said, please give me another chance. So that's why where mercy is shown, mercy is given. I've given a lot of guys mercy, arrested over 7,000 freaks in my life.
Yep.
And almost every single one has given mercy to. So one of the times that I asked for mercy, I got it back. So I wanted to say that in a book form.
How troublesome is it to you that members of the black community use the N-word themselves?
Well, that's fine because, they can. They're black. But white boys, should not use it. Just like being a white boy, I'm half-breed Chiricahua. In Hawaii, it's Hapa. So I get it from both ends. But it still bothers me. A brother came up the other day and said, Dog, you're and hugged me. And I said, bro, please, can we change that word a little bit, too?
Well, I think it's problematic for black people, African Americans, to use the word because I think it desensitizes the word, and it makes it easier for others to use the word. I don't think anyone should use the N-word.
Well, like I say in the book, I have a mosquito landing strip, a little bald spot in the back. So I tease about being that. And what I learned with that is that back in the day, it hurt the black man's feeling to be called that. So if the mother said that to her son or her daughter when she came home or he came home from school, it wasn't, Mom, they called me that name. It kind of made that name go away a little bit, just as people that are overweight call themselves fat because they don't want someone else to do it.
Sure.
So it's a term of endearment in that community, and that's what it was. Today is different. You can't, slaves are free. That word should not be used. It just shouldn't be used in either community.
Because sometimes you hear, when the word is used, we use it, when black people sometimes say it, we use it with an A at the end, not an ER. I fail to find a differentiation there. I just don't think
you could, the spin doctors, there's thousands of them.
Sure.
Say you were a drunk, Dog. Say it like this, say it like that. I said, you know what, bro? I'm going to say it like it was. Well, your career, I'm going to go down then in flames. I'm not going to go down like that. because one thing I never stood for in prison, it was 38,000 inmates back then, and it was 85% black. And you know, I was on the radio the other day, and a brother called in, a black friend of mine. He said, "Dog, you said it. You got the pass. You could say it." I go, "I can't say it," and I had the pass before, and it didn't work. Well, so you shouldn't say it.